Canada and Denmark. Two countries that you'd expect to be relatively peaceful. One's known for Tim Hortons, hockey and apologies, while the other's known for being tall. Neither country has a large military, and both are on relatively good terms with each other, plus they're both part of NATO. So why were they both part of a conflict with each other called the Whisky War? This is Hans Island. On a map it lies here in the Nares Strait, right in between Ellesmere Island, which belongs to Canada, and Greenland, which belongs to Denmark. According to international law, countries have control over the waters 12 miles from their coast. These are called territorial waters. The problem is, Hans Island is within 12 miles of both Ellesmere Island and Greenland, and both Canada and Denmark claim the island. This is where things get tricky. See, back in 1933, the Permanent Court of International Justice ruled that Hans Island belonged to Denmark. That should have been that, but the Permanent Court of International Justice was part of the League of Nations, and as the League of Nations declined as the 1930s progressed, so did the court's rulings. The League of Nations dissolved in 1946, its successor being the United Nations. The dispute over Hans Island was back on, but there were more pressing matters for the Danes and Canadians, namely World War II and the early stages of the Cold War. Then the dispute over Hans Island was kind of forgotten. In 1973, Canada and Denmark agreed to define their borders between Ellesmere Island and Greenland. The treaty, however, didn't mention Hans Island once, and so the dispute went on. Over the next couple of decades, there were a succession of Danes and Canadians who would go to the island, put up a flag of their country, and leave a bottle of Canadian or Danish whiskey. This is where the name the Whisky War came from. In 2005, Canadian soldiers landed on the island, and Denmark got mad at this. Later that year, representatives from both countries decided to meet together and solve the dispute. In 2012, there was a proposal to split the island, though the exact borders hadn't been drawn yet. 6 years later, in 2018, a joint task force between the two nations was formed, and on June 14, 2022, the official plan with the new border was unveiled, with this coming out in the end. The Canadian territory Nunavut received this part of the island, and Greenland received this part. That was the end of the Whisky War. If you liked the video, then be sure to subscribe and like. Thank you for watching Explained. New videos every other Friday.